Welcome to day 407 of our DSO journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in DSOFi. So Brian, there's not really too much going on today. It was a slow Friday and slow morning this morning on DSO. But what is today's diamond question of the day?
So yeah, answer this question in the comment section below this video on DSO and you'll get some diamonds, usually 3 or 4. And today's question is, how do you spend your weekends on DSO? And I mean, people probably spend it different ways. For us, we usually just go through, look for some new users to interact and engage with. We still work a little bit on NFTZ. We try to take a little bit of a break there, but we're constantly in communication with the team, trying to build something really special on top of the DSO blockchain, because I think every developer can help every other developer in some way by just building.
Yeah, and we make these videos.
Absolutely. These videos still go on, even though it's a weekend.
Yeah, so it appears as though DSO has hired a growth marketer. I don't know if it's a growth marketing lead or just somebody working in the growth marketing department, but Arash Geme, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, it's spelled Arash, A-R-A-S-H. His last name is G-H-A-E-M-I, so Gemi, I guess, appears to be working with DSO in their growth marketing department. And he made a LinkedIn post yesterday talking about finite versus infinite state apps and finite versus infinite state blockchains. Of course, DSO is an infinite state blockchain. He put out a video on Twitter, but the video doesn't seem to be there anymore. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, Brian, but welcome, Arash. I'd love to hear more about what you're doing on DSO. I don't even know if you have a DSO username. I couldn't find Arash Gemi anywhere on DSO.
Yeah, and according to his LinkedIn profile, which I'm actually looking at right now, it says that he's been with DSO since March. So he's been there for a few months now, I guess March, April, part of May. Before that, he was an advisor for a company called Darwin and Goliath. He seems to have an extensive background in growth marketing. So I think he's a good addition to the team. Of course, we do need growth marketing because the marketing aspects of things, even Nader admits, has been very slow and probably not hasn't been executed the way they wished it would have been. But yeah, I think this is just one of many new hirings we're going to start seeing over the course of the next couple of months. And we've, of course, talked about them hiring a chief business official to basically head up the DSO Foundation. They're looking for that position right now. So yeah, I think the next few months on a hiring front is going to be exciting.
Yeah, and also DAO is probably going to be hiring a growth marketing lead as well. I think they want to kind of keep the two separate, but they want to market both at least equally. Maybe even DAO more right now and DSO a little more in the future. We'll to see how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So Elon Musk, there's been a little bit more news about Elon and what he plans to do on Twitter. The New York Times actually released details about a pitch book that Elon used to pitch his investment to others he wanted to go in on his purchase of Twitter with. So a few things to point out from the pitch book is that he wants to get rid of ads. He wants to cut the reliance on ad revenue by 50%. So basically, he wants to get rid of 50% of the advertising that Twitter is accepting, which is interesting. Of course, if he does allow for no censorship or very little censorship, I think that could irk some advertisers, especially if some of the content they're advertising against is not content they agree with. So I think getting away from advertising is important in his mind because of that. Also, there's this thing he calls X subscribers. And what he wants to do is he wants to generate $50 million from X subscribers by 2028 and have 104 million X subscribers. So we don't know exactly what X subscribers is. Something that's kind of interesting is that Elon Musk was one of the founders of PayPal along with Peter Thiel. And PayPal originally was X.com. So just interesting tidbit of information since he calls us X subscribers. But he also wants to integrate some sort of payment mechanism. We don't know what that is either. Could it be crypto? Could it be something like PayPal where Twitter users can quickly send and receive money? Is a crypto going to be involved? I'd guess maybe there would be. And finally, he wants to increase revenue on Twitter by 500% by 2028. So in the next 6 years, he wants to quintuple revenue, which getting rid of a lot of the advertising, that could be quite difficult in my mind, but who knows what he has planned.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can say all this stuff, but until he actually does it, it doesn't really mean anything. Didn't he also want to send men to Mars by like 2016 or something? I think that was one of his.
I don't think it's 2016, but
I
think
it
it was
keeps
like,
moving. The goalposts keep
right.
moving. So, he can say this stuff and it's a great pitch. It sounds amazing, but I could say the same thing about, this new social media site I'm starting up. I'm going to, double Twitter's growth. I'm going to double Twitter's revenue and
yeah,
NFTZ invest in it,
NFTZ is going to earn $20 billion by 2025.
Yeah, but I mean that's true.
That's not actually happening.
That's true. That's not just like a empty pitch. But no,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like he can say, okay, I'm going to increase revenue by 500% by 2028. I'm going to create this new subscriber thing where I'm going to get 104 million subscribers and I'm going to raise $50 million. You can say that, but it's so vague. I don't know. Like, is it just a pitch to try and get some of these bigger companies to invest into him? Maybe so he can get these loans that he needs. We've seen several big venture capitalist firms jump into Twitter and throw $500 million into the Twitter investment into.
Well, Binance. One important one was Binance. Binance actually is putting $500 million into this purchase of Twitter by Elon. So that's another interesting angle. Like, are they going to be involved somehow in this payments thing that he's talking about?
Well, they have their own crypto, right? So maybe they're going to use what is it, BNB?
Yeah, I mean, it really could go in any direction.
Like, I mean, you could be like, maybe Natter will get Elon's ear and we'll all be subscribers based on DSO, and who knows? Just have to wait and see. Anyhow, GDS and GD Virtual Galleries are having a meeting with Arthur Camara from Dapper Labs, and he's the product leader at NBATopShot. Also, CryptoKitties and other NFT projects he's affiliated with. And they're GDS is having a meeting with him about a 3D virtual experience project for the NBA via NBATopShot. So this is very interesting. And GDS is doing awesome things with his 3D virtual experiences. He's an awesome photographer, and he stitches these photographs together with his special camera, and he can create these virtual worlds that are legitimate places. Like, it's not just like a 3D creation that somebody created. It's actually, you're actually going into these real 3D buildings that exist in real time. So it's interesting. Like, maybe they're going to do NBA arenas or something like that. And, the Top Shots will let you see the player that you buy, the trading card you buy in his actual arena, in different spots in the arena, maybe like, at 3-point line or at free throw line. Who knows? Well, we can see, but it's great. Congrats, GDS. I know you're working super hard and you deserve this.
It would be nice if they could maybe integrate DSO into it all too. I know that might be a pipe dream, but who knows? GDS is a huge supporter of DSO, and of course his project started on DSO. So hopefully we see some kind of DSO integration into some of the stuff that he's working on. But great guy, really smart, doing great things. And before I get the hashtags, Ed's mic should be in tomorrow, I hope, so that he doesn't sound like he's talking in a cave. But yeah, the top hashtags the last 24 hours. Number 1 was DSO. Number 2 was music. Number 3, crypto. 4, NFT. And 5, memso. So those are the top 5, and they're all ones we've seen in the past.
Yeah, so who were the top earners from DSO yesterday?
Yeah, so in the last 24 hours, according to Open Prosper, there's been $2,817 earned by 895 different creators. 4 creators earned 1 DSO and 1 creator earned 10 DSO. Those numbers are down quite a bit. It was a Friday. Um, it's I know activity has been down on DSO the last couple of weeks,
4 creators
especially this
earning
last
one
week.
DSO, that's pretty sad.
What's that?
4 creators earning one DSO, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, and 1 DSO is like $28. So I mean, obviously we need to get these numbers up. Something needs to happen. Hopefully DAO is gonna kind of amplify things there. But I think if it's not for DAO, there's other projects that are coming about that hopefully will bring some more people on, and hopefully these new features from the hard fork will kind of appeal to some more developers and users. But yeah, the
Yeah,
top 10 creators, DAO is number 1, earning $2,189 selling their NFTs, which are going to be redeemable for DAO coins once DAO launches. DAO was followed by Elgin, Big Bang Beaver, Tunal Eros, Gallimar, DSO Essentials Course, Randier, Shady Acres, Cloutpunk, and Michelle Lord. So congrats to all of them. Some interesting names, Gallimar, they aped into their coin a long time ago. It's always good to see Michelle Lord up there, Shady Acres as well, Randier, some OGs, and I'm happy to see that.
yeah, and speaking of OGs, there's Zolfi has come back after a 34-day absence from DSO. She's a DSO OG who's been around since, I don't know, seems like from the start. She came back and she liked the post from Severa. So welcome back, Zolfi. Hopefully you stick around. And just before we close out, there's one community event going on today at 12 p.m. Eastern time on Entra, is yoga with Matreshka. Definitely check that out if you're in the mood for some yoga. And I think that's all the news we have for you today. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you tomorrow.